Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Pearson, your elementary ELL teacher. Today we're going to go over the sight words and vocabulary words for first grade journeys, lesson 15. And these are words 1 to 8. And I have another video that goes over words 9 to 16 as well. But this is going over words 1 to 8. And our anchor text is Animal Groups, written by James Bruchac. So for this lesson, we're going to turn and talk. That means I'm going to ask you questions about the pictures. You're going to think about your answer. Then you're going to pair up with a partner, or you can be my virtual partner. And then you're going to share out your thinking in a complete sentence or sentences. So for this lesson, you will need a pencil and a piece of paper or journal page. And you're going to write your numbers 1 to 8. And for each number, you're going to write the vocabulary word or the sight word. And then at the end of the lesson, you're going to write the word 1 and 2 more times. And the second time, you can write the word or the picture. So here's your learning target. I can use pictures and context clues to help me understand important words from the text. Animal groups. Here's your next learning target. I can have a conversation with a partner about the vocabulary, words, and pictures. Success criteria. That means how will you know you're successful at using pictures and context clues to understand the important words from animal groups? And how will you know you're successful at talking about the vocabulary, words, and pictures? Well, here are our steps to success. I will, number 1, look closely at each pair of pictures. Number 2, I will say what I notice or see. How are the pictures the same or similar? Turn and talk. Number 3, read each word and its definition. And 4, I will write each word 2 or more times and or draw a picture for each. Let's go over our turn and talk rules. Number 1, if you have a partner at home, make sure you're facing the speaker, eye to eye and knee to knee. Number 2, first one person talks, the other person listens. 3, then the next person talks, the other person listens. 4, do not talk too long on your turn, or your partner will not have time to have a turn. I'm going to ask the same 2 questions. What do you notice or see? And you're going to say, I notice, and tell me what you notice in the picture. And then I'm going to ask, how are they both the same or similar? And you're going to say they both. You can also agree with me and say, I agree with you, Mrs. Pearson, because, or you can disagree with your partner and say, I disagree with you because, and tell me why. Here's the first 2 pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice. Well, in the first picture, I notice a bird with gray feathers. And in the second picture, I notice another bird with a red chest and multicolored feathers. So, how are these 2 pictures the same? They both, well, they both show bird. Bird, B-I-R-D. So make sure you write the word bird, B-I-R-D, bird. A bird is a fowl or chick that has 2 wings. Most birds can fly. So make sure you write bird for number 1. A synonym or a word that means the same is chick or fowl. You can call a bird a chick, or you can call a bird fowl. And here is a sentence. An eagle is a bird with big, strong wings. An eagle is a bird with big, strong wings. The bird sat on the tree branch. What is your favorite kind of bird and why? Bird. Number 2, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a man that is flying with the birds. In the second picture, I notice a flock of birds flying. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both, well, they both show number 2, fly. So, make sure you write fly for number 2, fly. Fly means to soar or flutter through the air by using wings or parts like wings. Fly means to soar or flutter through the air by using wings or parts like wings. So a synonym or word that means the same could be soar or flutter. Bats are mammals that are able to fly. Or you could say bats are mammals that are able to soar or flutter, because those are words that mean the same as fly. A hummingbird can fly. Where would you go if you could fly? Fly. Next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice two things added up. In the second picture, it says look blank ways. So, how are these two pictures the same or similar? They both, well, they both show both. Both. Look both ways. Both. BOTH. So make sure you write both for number 3. Both means two things together. Both means two things together. So a synonym or a word that means the same is two or together. The lizard has both stripes and spots. The lizard has both stripes and spots. Both girls wore the same sweater to school. What are two things that are the same about both you and a good friend? Both. Next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Oh, in the first picture, I notice a very long dog. In the second picture, I notice a giraffe with a very tall or long neck. So, how are these two pictures the same or similar? They both, well, they both show long. So, for number 4, write long, Long, long. Long means not short, lengthy, or extended. So, long can also mean lengthy or extended. Long. A synonym could be lengthy or extended. Long can also be lengthy or extended. This kangaroo has a long tail. This kangaroo has a long tail. Grandma's house is a long way from here. Is your hair long or short? Next group of pictures. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a monster with one, two, three, four, five eyes. In the second picture, I notice a pair of brown eyes. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both, well, they both show eyes. So, for number five, write eyes. 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 Eyes are the parts of a body that are used to see. Optics. Eyes are the parts of a body that are used to see. Optics. So a synonym or a word that means the same as eyes is optics. It comes from the word, you can also think of optical. This dog has blue eyes. This dog has blue eyes. Close your eyes and count to 10. Can you see better with one eye or with two eyes? Eyes. 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 Number 6. What do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice two arrows going different ways. You can go left or you can go right. In the next picture, I notice a person trying to decide between maybe eating a hamburger or an apple. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show or. So number 6 is or, O-R, or. Or is used to join other words when you have a choice between things. And or with. Or. So a synonym or word that means the same or similar is and or with. Ducks can either fly, either, wait, sorry. Ducks can either swim or fly. Ducks can either swim or fly. You could also say ducks can either swim and fly, or use either a crayon or a pencil. Which do you like better, a sunny day or a cloudy day, and why? Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a person pointing to a group of boxes. And in the next picture, I notice two fingers, one pointing to one object and one pointing to more than one object, three boxes. So how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show those. 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 Those boxes. The person is pointing to those boxes. And one person points to that red square. And then the next person points to those yellow squares. Those yellow squares. Those. Those is a word you use instead of that when you're talking about more than one thing. You can also say these. So a synonym could be these. these or those, these. So those fish are not the same colors. Those fish are not the same colors. Let's carry those heavy bags to the table. Which of those books do you want to read? Those. So make sure you wrote those, THOSE, those. Next group of pictures, what do you notice or see? I notice or I see. Well, in the first picture, I notice a person walking. In the next picture, I notice a boy walking their dog. So, how are these pictures the same or similar? They both? Well, they both show walk, 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 walk. Walk means to move your legs to go somewhere, to stroll. Walk means to move your legs to go somewhere, to stroll. So a synonym or a word that means the same or similar is stroll. The elephants walk together in a group. Or you could say the elephants stroll together in a group. It takes Jeff 10 minutes to walk to school. How far do you think you can walk in 15 minutes? Okay, now it's time to make sure you have written all of your 8 words. So this is a good time to check. Number 1, bird. A bird is a fowl or chick that has 2 wings. Most birds can fly. Number 2, fly. Fly means to soar or flutter through the air by using wings or parts like wings. Number 3, both. Both means 2 things together. Number 4, long. Long means not short, lengthy, or extended. So if you notice, I wrote the word, I have the picture, I've even highlighted the synonym. So if you need to push pause, make sure all of your words are written correctly. You can also take this time to draw a quick picture or sketch, and you can use these pictures to help you. And when you're done checking your work and drawing your pictures, you can push play. So number 5, eyes. Eyes are the parts of a body that are used to see, optics. Number 6, or. Or is used to join other words when you have a choice between things. You can also say and or with. Number 7, those. Those is a word you use instead of that when you're talking about more than one thing. And another word that means the same is these. Those boxes, those yellow squares. And finally, number 8, walk. Walk means to move your legs to go somewhere. Stroll. So what I want you to do is make sure you have all of these words spelled correctly. This is also a good time to push pause and draw a quick picture or sketch for each word. So if you need to push pause, right, make sure you have all your words written, make sure you've drawn a picture for each, and when you're finished, push play. So let's go over our learning target. I can use pictures and context clues, So help me understand important words from the text. Animal groups. Would you give yourself a 4? I could teach this lesson. I easily said how each pair of pictures were the same. Would you give yourself a 3? I was able to say how most of the picture pairs were the same. Or would you give yourself a 2? I was able to say how some of the picture pairs were the same. Or would you give yourself a 1? I was not able to say how any of the picture pairs were the same. So write your reflection on the top of your paper. How do you think you did? 4, 3, 2, or 1? All right, boys and girls, thank you for reading and writing and talking about the vocabulary and sight words. Remember, my challenge to you is to write your word a second time and make sure you have a picture for each of the 8 words. Thank you, boys and girls, and have a great day.